Alrighty, this is Sunday, April 7th, 2024. We're on the Ultimate World Cruise and we're approaching the Forbidden City in Beijing. And there's what the Emperor looks like. We kind of followed the Emperor into the Forbidden City. That would be how the Emperor would be dressed, and that yellow is the royal color, and red. So these cypress trees on the side here on the right were planted in 1420 and have been there ever since. The Forbidden City was built in 1420 by the Ming Dynasty. It took a million workers almost 20 years to build the entire Forbidden City. And it was a center of political power in China for 500 years for 24 different emperors. What you're looking at here is the Meridian Gate, the very front entrance to the Forbidden City, which you have to pass through. And you'll notice way up there are three gates, three passageways going into the Forbidden City. The middle one, this one here, is the one the Emperor would go through. He was the only one allowed to go through the middle entrance. Everybody else had to go through one of the smaller ones on the outside. And what you're looking at here is the Gate of Supreme Harmony. That's the next set of buildings up there. And you get there by going over a small river. It's like the River of Golden Water or something. There's a small bridge, a couple of bridges that go over it. And then you get to the Gate of Supreme Harmony. And you know it's the Gate of Supreme Harmony because there are two lions in front of it, which I'll show you in a minute. The lion on the left is a female lion with a cub, and the lion on the right is a male lion. There's the female lion. And then in a bit, I'll walk over and show you the male lion on the other side. She's got a cub underneath her paw. There's the male lion. So again, this is the Gate of Supreme Harmony, that building is called. And the next building, when you go through this gate, the next building is the largest one in the complex. So still, this is just a view from the center line of the Gate of Supreme Harmony. Now we're going to go through this gate and we're going to find the largest building in the complex, which is called the Hall of Supreme Harmony. And you know that's the Hall of Supreme Harmony because of all the steps that approach it. So it's, again, the largest structure. This is the huge courtyard here where the Emperor used to come and meet the folks that came to see him. That's the back of the Gate of Supreme Harmony. Right there, we're just panning around so you can see the whole courtyard. And there's a view of the Hall of Supreme Harmony from the center line. The guide told us that's the best place to take the picture from, so I walked over and got a center line shot. The next building that we're going to see is called the Hall of Preserving Harmony. And it's past this one, it's just behind it. There you go. The Hall of Preserving Harmony. and it's red, and it's got all those arches, and there's not many steps going up to it. So it's the same one again, Hall of Preserving Harmony. And I'm not exactly sure what they did in that building, but that's what it's called. And these buildings have been struck by lightning and burned and rebuilt a couple of times since they were originally installed here in the 1420 era. Again, there's the center line shot for Hall of Preserving Harmony. Now there's another smaller building behind this I didn't get a shot of. But it's on the center line, and then when you go past that, when you go past that smaller building, then you get to this garden. The interesting thing is that 80,000 people a day pass through this Forbidden City museum. It's a museum now, really, is what it is, a museum. And you're looking at the gate of heavenly peace there, that small little gate that people are passing through. And on the other side of that is the Hall of Imperial Peace. And this is back where the residences were for the emperor and the empress and servants and stuff. This tree that's all intertwined from the roots was a popular place for people to take pictures. And we didn't stop and take one, but it took me a minute to get past everybody that was stopping to take pictures. So that building back there is the Hall of Imperial Peace, and it's part of the residences. You can't go in it. In fact, you can't go in any of these main buildings that we've seen here. Now, once you pass, there's a gate over on the right-hand side. You go through that gate, and you pass into some more kind of gardens. And there's a weird structure over there called the Mountain of Accumulated Elegance. It's made out of rock from Shanghai, I think. I don't know. They brought it in somewhere. It's cement and rock, and it's got a doorway down in the middle of it and a little temple thing on top. Anyway, this is the back. Once you get out of this area, you go through one more gate and then cross the main moat. And then you're back out onto the main street in Beijing where you pick up another bus to take you to your tour bus. But they have to move 80,000 people a day, so it's busy. But we enjoyed our visit to the Forbidden City.